So hey, if you are someone who is struggling with building voice agents, if you are a complete beginner who has never built anything and you are overwhelmed with all of these videos going on YouTube, building these complicated voice agents with big end-to-end workflows, so you are at the perfect place, because in this one I'm going to show you how you can build voice agents from complete scratch. If you are a complete beginner, I'm going to show you the thought process of coming up with prompts, functions, how to build end-to-end backends, and along with that, I'm going to show you how you can build production ready voice agents which sounds real, are scalable, and provide real business value instead of just being in theory. So this is going to be a perfect video if you are running or starting an AI voice agency, or if you are a freelancer who is doing all of this to get clients, or making your existing projects better, or even if you are a business owner who is doing all of this and wanting to make a voice agent for your own business. So without wasting any more time, let's get right into it. So here we are on our screen, and we are going to be using two platforms on the main, which is Retell AI and N10. So first, let's get started with Retell AI. So whenever you are going to be on this page, you just have to search retellai.com and you are going to be on this page. You just have to click on try for free or login if you already have an account. When you will click on here, it is going to ask you some questions for the number and stuff. And once you complete everything, you are going to be on this page. And as we can see, there is a lot of things going on here. So let's cover each of them one by one. First of all, the right side. This is the page which is going to be inside these main pages. That is, this is an agent page. This is a knowledge base page. This is a phone number page. So what we have to care about, because there is a lot of thing going on here. So what we have to mainly focus on are agents, knowledge base, and phone number, because that is what we only need to build our voice agents, the foundation basically. Settings, you are gonna use that, but let's cover each one by one. So this is the agent page. We are gonna come on to it later, where we are actually going to build the voice agent. First, we are going to be needing a knowledge base. So let's quickly come up with some business. So let's say we are building a voice agents for e-commerce brand, and it is basically a clothing brand, let's say. So the major of our help we are going to take with ChatGPT. So get your ChatGPT opened, and once we are here, we are going to prompt it. What we are going to prompt it? We are going to prompt it, hey, I want you to write a detailed knowledge base for a company which is an e-commerce clothing brand. Come up with the name, come up with the detail. It is a US based e-commerce brand. Come up with the address, the FAQs, and everything the user will ever have as a question, and so that the voice agent should be able to answer the questions. Just a simple prompt is that. If you will send that, it is going to come up with all of the information, and we just have to take that and put it into the voice agent. Now till it is doing that, let me show you how it is done. So what you have to do is to come up with the come up to the knowledge base page, click on the plus button and name it. So what we have the name here, we have North Thread Appeal. So let's take that name like that. Come back here, put that here. Let's put a KB there. Add. Now you can either put a web page. If you have a client who has a website, you can put that here. If you have a file in the document format. You can put that here, but we are going to put the text, the raw text, because we have generated it. Now let's name it. So north, what we had the name, NTAKB, let's say. And once it is done, we are going to take it from here and we are going to paste it here like that. We are going to remove the unnecessary stuff like that, and from the above as well. And we are going to save it. Now that we have saved it, next we will need a phone number. So how you can do the phone number? So for that we need to go into the Twilio. Alright, so we are in Twilio. So what you have to do is you have to go to Twilio, right? That is a company which we are going to be using for the phone number and the SIP trunk. This is the Twilio. You just go into the twilio.com, click on start for free, do the login process, starting process, and you are going to be here. Now there are two things. First of all, if you are on your personal account, you have created a new one and there is nothing, there is going to be nothing. So it is going to look like this, the trial account. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to go to the phone number, manage active numbers, but you don't have any. So we are going to go on phone number and we are going to buy any, right? Buy any number from here. Once you do buy it, then you have to come on to Elastic SIP trunk and you have to click on trunks. Then follow this exact process I'm telling you, because if you miss any one of it, your call transfer or phone number connection is not going to work. You have to click on create new SIP trunk, give it any name, let's say testing new. Once you click on create, you have to come down and you have to click on call transfer SIP refer and enable PSTN transfer. Click on save. You have to come on termination and you have to name it the same as you have there, just with some number, and click copy it, come here, click on plus and put this exact name, not exactly this but in this format where you have a capital letter and some numbers, and copy this and paste it here as it is and create, and it's done. Click on save, come into organization. Now what you have to do is you have to search here Retell AI custom telephony. You have to come into this custom telephony overview and you have to take this URL sip:/sip retellai.com. You have to come here, add a new organization URL, paste it here, add it, save it, numbers, and add a number. Now you can buy a number from here as well, but because we have already bought a number, we will click here and select the number, add selected, it's done. Now come back here and make sure to once click save on everything, so everything gets saved. Next, what you have to do, you have to come on to here, click on plus and connect your number via SIP trunking. Now if you are a business owner and this is the new way, which is the best way, is to buy the number from here on directly. If you are a business owner, buy a number from here directly, but if you are any voice agency owner or a freelancer, you can do it via this way too, but this way is the best. But I have shown you both ways, whatever you prefer. So click on here. Now number. So whatever you have bought, you have to put that here without spacing. For example, we have bought plus 408 203 1010. Let's say this one. So I will put this exactly as it is by copying from there. Termination URL, which we have here, this one. So mine is not saved. So you are going to copy this from here like that. Copy it, come up here, paste it, and make sure there is no spacing. Like it should look like this. And the same thing, testing new 123 and testing new 123 and save, and it's done. Then for example, this is going to be your phone number, let's say. So what you have to do is to click on here. Here is going to be all of your agents. Pick one, whatever you have, and the rest of the thing you don't have to worry about it. About this thing, the inbound webhook, you don't have to worry about it for now. Allowed inbound countries, all countries allowed. Fallback number, let's say if this number of yours is in an outage, having some issues, whatever, so you can put a number. If this is going to give some issues, this is going to be like a call forwarding thing. On this number, the call is going to be forwarded. That's it. This is for more reliability. And bottom we have advanced add-ons. This is just for more credibility and more better. If you are an established business and you want to be seen as an authorized business, you can do this, where you have the verified phone number and the branded call. That's it. Next is, now that the phone number is done, knowledge base is done, now agents. Click on create agent, voice agent, and we are going to build multi-prompt agent. Not the single prompt, not the conversational flow agent, the multi-prompt agent. And we are going to click on here, start from blank. You can choose a preset, but we are going to build from the scratch as promised. Click on create, and this is the interface we are going to have. Everything is going to be blank. There is going to be nothing there. First of all, the formalities, the name. Now that we have here, we are going to choose LLM. 5.1 is better, so I will suggest you to go with 5.1. Then voice, we always go with Grace. What I would suggest you is to either you go with Grace or this one or Kate if you are dealing, if you have a female voice. But if you have a male voice, Nico is good, and Brian was there, but I cannot see him here. Yeah, they removed it. So yeah, Nico is good. You can choose Nico. Otherwise, you can always go on and test whatever you feel. So we are going to use Grace for now. Now you can choose any language you want from here. We are going to go with English US. Then what is the interface here? Here we have to put the main system prompt. Here the welcome message. So we are going to do it AI speaks first and dynamic message. The functions, we are going to come on it a little later. Knowledge base. Here we can add the knowledge base. So here we have North Thread Apparel KB. So we are going to add that, and it is added. Speech setting. You can choose any background sound from here. Let's use this one. Next is response eagerness. So this just controls the latency of how fast the agent replies. From patient to eager. So I will not suggest you to change it. Otherwise, you can turn this on. This is going to be a little better, but it is just as it is. It is good. Unless and until the client wants that the agent should be slow, calm, then we can put it down, but it is good as it is. Interruption sensitivity. So, how easily the agent gets interrupted. If it is going to be here, then even a slightest breath can interrupt it. Otherwise, it is not going to be interrupted. Then back channeling, this is very important because this is what this is one of the things which separates the voice the general voice agents with the good one, because the back channeling words are what we say in a regular basis, like okay, all right, just random words, filler words. So we can add them here, like yeah, uh-huh, okay, all right, I see, no worries, etc. You can go on in ChatGPT and have it give you all of the backchanneling words in the world, and it is going to give you. Enable speech normalization, it just converts numbers, currencies, and dates into human like spoken forms. You can turn it on. Transcription settings, you don't have to worry about it. Call settings, now this is important. First of all, voicemail detection. If we are making an outbound call, and if the agent notices that there is a voicemail, it can hang up, or it can whatever, right? It can hang up or it can leave a voice message. IVR hang up, if an IVR system is detected, it can hang up. IVR is just basically press 1 for this, press 2 for this. And call on silence. So if there is a silence, the user is not speaking anything, the other person, what is the agent is going to do? It is going to wait, but for how long? Currently we have it at 10 minutes. We don't want that, so we can put 30 seconds. Max call duration, how long the duration can go. So currently we have 1 hour. The call can go up to 1 hour, but we don't want that. So what we are going to do is we are going to put it 8 minutes. Ideally the maximum call we had noticed is 8 minutes, but we can also put 10 minutes for ideal. Ring duration, if we are making a call, and how much can it ring before the outbound call. 30 seconds is good. Post call extraction. So this is another whole concept in its own. We are going to cover it later. Security and fallback settings. So this is just for additional security in case you are working with the medical industry, or if you are working with cyber security niche, or anything where the data is very very important. So go on from here in this section, read all of that, you are going to understand, and we are going to not touch that. Webhook level settings, so this one is connected with this one, so when we are going to cover this, then on we are going to come on this. Right now let's leave it. MCP is because we are covering the basic agents, so we don't need this to cover this, but it's just that it allows Retell AI agents to connect with different platforms and perform different functions on its own, making it more smarter, efficient, and on a next level. So that was the middle section. So on the right side we have test audio and test chat. So if you want to test its responsiveness, if you want to test how it speaks, how it responds, and all the things related to the latency, voice, and behavior, test it from here. But if you want to specifically test functions, if they are working or not, what are the inputs and outputs, the code which is going through, so test chat. So the process which you should follow on building a voice agent, it's first of all come up with a system prompt. Second, you should come up with the functions and the function states prompt, and then you should test it with the chat where you are testing the functions. Build the functions one by one, test the functions one by one, then go into the main behavior thing, how it speaks, how it responds, how it, the latency, how it is, everything. So now let's build the system prompt. So because we were here, we are going to prompt it. So this is the format which I basically use and we basically use in our agency. It's role specifics, tasks, notes, important notes, and behavioral language and tone guidelines. So it consists of all of the things which is required for the agent to have an idea of how it has to work and what are the things it has to keep in mind. Now for the better things, what you can else do is I'm going to put a prompt in the description which you can take, which is a bulletproof prompt, and you can use it with any agent. Now it is very important for you to understand that I am going to give you the prompt. You can take it, you can use it, but first you have to understand what are the basics of that prompt, how it is made up, so that not only you can take the prompt and copy and paste it directly, you know how to come up with that kind of prompts, the powerful prompts. And for building scalable voice agent, this is a very special and very important skill you should know, because the half of the things are technical, but the main important thing is the prompt. If your prompt is not going to be good, your agents are going to fall. So here I have put a large prompt. I'm going to give this to you in the description. One thing you should keep in mind that while writing the prompt, it mostly depends on the use case which you are covering and the client you are working with, because the prompt which is going to come in the first version, it is not going to be there for all of the times. There is a lot of iterations, revisions, and improvements which is going to be in the prompts, which is going to then make it very powerful. It is not going to make it too powerful at the very start of the production of that voice agent. So yeah, let me send it. Okay, so now that we have the prompt, we are going to copy it. We are going to come here and we are going to paste it here, and we are going to remove the unnecessary stuff from here like that. Now it's done. Make sure that because this is a system prompt, there should be no functions included here, not at all. It is only going to have the system prompt. Take it as in the system prompt we have to explain what are you, who are you, what you have to do, and in the states we are going to explain how you have to do it. Okay. Now that we have the system prompt, now we have to come up with the functions, the states. So this is the prompt tree where we build all of the states, and states are just conditions. We're going to connect it with here, and in the conditions we can have states inside it, and in the conditions we can have the functions inside it. Now we have to think what are the functions that can be there in this e-commerce voice agent. Now think for a second, what can be the things which can be here. Now it can be product recommendation. Now it can be order inquiry. So now, for now, let's go on and build only two functions, which is product inquiry or product recommendations, and second is order inquiry. The first one is if a person is calling onto the voice agent and they want to see what kind of products do the company has. So the voice agents can take some basic inputs like their preferred color or cloth type, like cotton or silk or something like that, linen, and what kind of a thing, like a t-shirt or a pant or whatever, right, or shorts. The agent can take that and it can recommend the products, the clothing to them based on their preferences. The other thing is order inquiry. If the user has made an order and if they haven't still received it, so they can call on to the number and with their order ID or something, they can have their issue resolved. So let's go on and build that. So we are going to come here and we are going to write. First of all, we have two states. Now we always do this, that we always have an intro state at the start and then we have, now there is no needed for two states, but I'm going to build two. So here we have property recommendation. And here we have the order query. So what we are going to do is we are going to write a prompt. So what I have written here is it has to write a prompt for the intro state of this voice agent, and it is going to be a script based where the whole prompt is just explaining how the intro state is going to be, what the user is calling, when the user is calling about, and how it has to respond, analyze the intent of the user, and etc etc. And I have given a format of how it has to write the prompt. Now the best, you can provide an example, or let's just go without an example for now. Okay, so it does not know what functions do we have, so we have to mention that. Property recommendation and order query, and the voice agent has to analyze their intent based on these two functions only, no other than that. And if the user is interested in property recommendation in anyhow, you have to transition to. Now we have to give the exact names we have given in the Retell AI so that the transition would be accurate. And if the user wants to know about their order, or if they have an order query, or if they have an issue with their product, wanting to inquire about something regarding it, transition to, like that. Now let's end it. Oh shoot, I have written property recommendation. The real estate thing is going on in my mind, so it is not property recommend, it is product recommend. Product recommendation, for example, if they want to buy a shirt, a pant, or any clothing item and they are not so sure. Okay. Product recommendation, not property recommendation. Okay, so we are going to have a final prompt, and let's wait for the prompt to get finished. Alright, so now that our prompt is finished, we are going to take this, come back here, and put this in the intro state. A question can arise in your mind that why do we need to have the intro state? It's because that most of the time what happens is when we are testing the voice agent, or it's just is that it directly transfers into a function, and that is not good. That's why we don't want it to directly get transferred over to a function, or gets directly into the mode of a function where it directly asks for, hey, what are you looking for, or hey, order have you what product have you bought from us. So we have this here. Now let me go and come up with other prompts as well, so that I can meet you after all of the prompts are finished. Okay, so I have went on and created all of the prompts for this state, and also I have went on created the databases which we need for the functions. So basically what I did is that I went on and gave it a prompt that now come up with a 30 products based database for this company, containing all of the columns and rows which is mentioned in the product recommendation prompt, for perfect matching and output of the products for the best product recommendation. So what it did is it went on and created a full database for me. I took that and pasted it here. Same for the customer database. Now some issues which can be here, that if you place it here, that can give an error because there is a plus which is placed here. So remove the plus and it is going to be good. Now that we have the prompt and we have the database, now we need a backend. So we are going to go on here in the n10. So what you have to do is to go into the n10.io and you have to click on get started or sign in. Complete the form. It is going to ask you some questions here and there, and once you do, you are going to be on this homepage. So you just have to click on create workflow and you are going to be into a complete blank canvas like this. So simply you have to click on tab key on your keyboard or plus, and you have to search here webhook. Place it here and change the path. I always do that. It helps to differentiate. Then let's put here what is the name of the company again? North Head Apparel. So let's put NTA agent. Sounds like a CIA agent name. Anyways, so let's take this and make sure to put it as using respond to webhook node. Take this and come back here. Now before going further into, let's go and build the backend. So we will have everything ready. So there is a lot which we are going to need. Yes. So after this, we have to click on plus, add a switch here, like that. Add two paths, and that is going to be on two paths. Obviously, OpenAI. You are going to put OpenAI on both part, or you can put Open Router or Gemini or anything. Connect it here, and yes. Now first let's go on and build the functions. First, make sure to choose this thing here, GPT. Now we are here back on Retell AI. You have to go into first product recommendation, click on plus, click on custom function, name it, which is product or find product. re- recommends the product based on the user's requirement. Yes. Now we are going to come back here, and we already have the URL, so we are going to paste it here. Then on we are going to come on to parameters, use form, and we have to see that what are the properties we have in the prompt. Okay, so here we have the ask. So we are going to put here where type or occasion type. Occasion type. Then clothing gender. Now it can be anything. We just need the fields to go on there. Size. And let's make everything required. We can put talk while waiting, and we can put something like all right, let me go on and find something perfect for you, and we are going to save here. And the same, okay, let's first run it. So as always, we are going to click on test chat and test it. But first, we have to make sure that in the prompt we have the function mentioned. Okay, after understanding the caller's needs, capture the details and send it through the webhook and get the response back. And okay, so that's that. Oh shoot. Then we are going to come here. Summarize the response which you got back from the webhook in a simple and straightforward manner. Okay, as you can see that it is saying that tool invocation transition to this thing. That means it has successfully transferred over to the this state. If it doesn't show up, then there is an issue with your agent. Make sure to check it. So let's say shirt, men, casual, let's say Excel. Okay, now as you can see that the tool is called perfectly, but the tool result is not there. Why? Because we are gonna go here, and first of all we haven't published it, our bad, and we are going to come back here and we are going to run it again like this. And let's check if it sent or not. As you can see, it did send it. So we are going to come here and we are going to debug in editor and see no respond to webhook found in. Okay, that's not an issue. First we have to put it here, the respond webhook, and then we have to run it again. By the way, if you get any doubts, if you face any issues while building your voice agent from scratch, do comment down below and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Let's run it again. And as you can see, it is green, that means it has run. And now it is not red anymore. So we are going to come here and copy to editor. Then what we are going to do is we are going to check if the arguments have came or not. And as you can see, it is there. So we are going to come here and we are going to put a Google Sheet here like that, and we will get rows. We will create a new credential like that. And once done, we are going to close it off and we are going to choose our database, which is test and product database, and add a filter, close this off, and select a column, which is first of all gender, and that is male. Then add a filter. This is going to be size here. Put this here, and if we will have the occasion, yes, and let's put it here. Now let's run it. Okay, why is that? Because let's go here, and as you can see, all of the things here are in capital format, so it should match. So what we are gonna do, we are gonna use some variables here. First of all, let's do one thing, that for some casual things, let's do this so that the data matches like this. And other t-shirts, so mainly we have this one, right? We will need for men. Okay, so we are going to come here, and this is already in capital, so it's good. Then male, so that is not male, that is men, so let's do it male, the small male. And the occasion, so where is the occasion here? So it is small, so let's do it small. Okay, that's good. Now let's run it again, because now it will match. Okay, so now as you can see that we have 3 recommendations right here. Perfect. Now what we are going to do is simply we are going to write a prompt for merging all of them and forming a very good summary out of them. So what we are going to do is we are going to change this to system prompt, and in the user prompt we are going to mention everything we have. from product name, or what we can do is we can put these things here and we can put it right here. And once done, we are going to map everything here like this. Once we have put everything here, we are going to take that and we are going to write a prompt for this specific node. So I want to so I want you to write a system prompt for the OpenAI node in n8n. The job of it is going to receive inputs of the products and it is going to summarize them in the format of three products. It is going to summarize those three products in a very short and punchy and the best way, in a casual manner, and it is going to output them. These are the inputs which it is going to receive. I'm pasting it below. So I have said that I want you to write a system prompt for the OpenAI node in n8n. The job of it is going to receive inputs and of the products and it is going to summarize them in the format of three products for the recommendation. And I pasted it below and I will send it. We are going to take it, go back into the n8n, paste it here, remove this section because we already have it in the user, and that's good. And delete the rest. Now we will run it. Okay, so one thing that, as you can see, now it is giving three different items which we don't want. We don't want three different outputs. So we are going to put here an aggregate, and what it is going to do, it is going to combine three different inputs into one. So as you can see, now we have it in one row, and now simply what we are gonna do is we are gonna put here data to summarize, and we are gonna put this thing here. Now this is an object, this one, and it is not an object, it is an array of objects. So what you have to do is you have to put a dot here and you have to write to JSON string. That's that, and click on execute step. So as you can see that I have three solid recommendations and it has generated that. Now the rest of the thing is we send it back and that's done. But now there is one thing which you have to do here in the switch, otherwise it is not going to switch up. That is, you have to close this, you have to close this, and you have to take this name and put it here, this name and put it here. Now you have to paste this exact name here and rename the output as product recommendation. And it is going to go on that way. And the same, we are going to do this for the below part. The video has already been so long, so I'm not gonna show you the second thing because I know you can do it. It's just that put this thing again, duplicate it, change the base from here, here, change the sheet, and instead of adding these filters, put the filter as order number. That's it. And order number, if they don't have an order number, you can also put as the name or the phone number, but order number as the main. Then once it is done, you have to go on and write a prompt, system prompt. You can instruct something like, hey, I want you to write a system prompt for the order query state or the OpenAI node. What it is going to do, it is going to receive all of the details of a customer and you have to summarize their details and send it back. And in the Retell AI, it is going to summarize everything and give it to the give it to the user. That's it. And that's how it is going to be done. Now talking about how it is going to sound, so let's test that also.
Hi, this is Susan from North Thread Apparel. How can I help you today?
Hey Susan, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Are you calling about an order you placed, or are you looking for help finding a product?
Yeah, basically, I just wanted to know about your company. How does it,
Uh-uh.
like, what does it do, and who are you? Stuff.
We're North Thread Apparel, an online clothing brand based in Austin, Texas, and we make modern everyday clothing for men and women with a focus on quality fabrics and sustainable production. I'm Susan on the support team here to help with questions about our products or your orders. Are you mainly interested in what kinds of clothes we sell or how ordering and shipping work?
No, that's it. So that might give you an idea of how it sounds and how professional it is. It has less latency, and it also breathes in between, if you have noticed that. And it is really good. Now, if you want me to build an advanced version of this same agent, do let me know in the comments. But if you want some advanced tutorials, they are already there on my channel. You can go on and check that. And if you haven't subscribed to me, do subscribe the channel, because from this point on I'm going to bring a lot of great content from this point on. And if you are a business owner who wants these voice agents systems directly placed into your business, you can book a link. You can book a call with us from the link down in the description. And if you want to hear any of other voice agents which we have built as a prototype, you can check out other videos. I will see you in the next one. Until then, remember, it's just getting started.